You're saving this seat for somebody?
Someone who is human. Good afternoon. This is Occupier Kaylin coming to you live from Chet's Firehouse here in Des Moines. This is a welcome reception for the Occupy the World Food Prize guests. And I decided to go ahead and get my stream on as people gather. The site was complete. I did a little assist with that. We have other media here who will be recording this event in addition to me, but I will be bringing it to you all around the world. So this reception is sponsored by Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, or WILF, and they award the Feisty Woman Award every year. And so they will be giving their presentation. And Elizabeth Kucinich will be the one to receive that. Your first time in here?
No, I've been here lots of times.
If these walls could talk.
Chet's always having that. Chet's always having that.
Yep. Yep. Last time I was here was for a fundraiser for the Great March for Climate Action.
Hi dear.
For those who may be watching this for the first time, who are not familiar with this place, I've streamed here a couple of times. This is a former fire station that has been turned into a private residence and museum to the evolution of firefighting in the city. And it houses other firefighting memorabilia from the years gone by. And this room used to be where the fire truck was parked.
What is the noisy crowd?
There's the man himself. Chet is a retired Methodist minister who is a supporter of Occupy Des Moines, and he gave us a tent to use, which I had over my small tent, and we used it as the first aid tent. So I set up the first aid station in the tent that Chet gave us to use. So he is very active in all kinds of causes. So he and his wife maintain this place and have all kinds of memorabilia for firefighting. And they host events here all the time. So that's a little background on this place. More guests are coming in. Hello. I'm Kaylin Strain. I'm with Occupy the World Food Prize, Occupy Des Moines. I'm Kaylin Strain. Yeah, I'm a live streamer also. Nope. This is, well, for a live streamer, I suppose it could be, because I can do all kinds of things with it. I can extend it. I can turn it like this. I can hold it like this and reach forward. So yeah, that's this is a very handy thing for a live streamer. I was just giving a little demo of my monopod to one of the others sitting beside me. I think we're about to get this thing going.
Have they arrived? Today, of course, naturally.
Hello.
Now you're live.
Well, I'm just going to give a real brief welcome until the Sovereignty Prize folks get here. But one of the things we really wanted to do tonight was have everybody get to know each other, get to know us at WILF. And I'm Jan Quarterman, I'm with WILF. And also, we got a special treat because Chad has an announcement to make, and I'll just let him do that right now.
I don't know about special treat. A lot of you have been in a fire station before, but if you haven't and are interested in a tour, why, I'll take you through the upstairs. What you're in now is the fire department part of the station, and here's a picture of the 1907 building when it was dedicated, and they had horses in those days here. So the firemen lived upstairs, the horses were downstairs with their dog and a parrot that had a big vocabulary.
I bet it had a good vocabulary.
Oh yeah.
Very colorful. Okay. Anybody want a tour? Why?
I've been there, done that.
Yep, so have I. Live streamed that.
If you want a tour, it ends with sliding down the pole.
Yeah, if you want to, but I don't go for that. My joints wouldn't allow it.
I've never tried it either. Well, I remember something.
So those people who want to go upstairs to tour the upstairs to see more firefighting
This would
memorabilia.
also be a good time. There's a lot of people who contributed to making this evening wonderful food specialty items and wine and adult beverages and other kinds of beverages. Would everybody who contributed to this event, maybe they brought food, maybe they helped with setup, Max, we want to thank Max for coming up with the speaker arrangements. Would everybody kind of at least wave or let us know if you helped with this event? And let's give them all a big hand. And please help yourself to the food. And the food is in the bedroom, of course. Where else would you put the food? There's coffee right here in the hallway. There's lots of adult beverages, along with apple cider and apple juice here on the buffet. But lots of food in the bedroom, so please help yourself.
We're waiting for people to come.
There will be other guests coming. We are waiting for the Food Sovereignty Prize winners. And while we wait, I want to give a shout out to any restream channels who restreamed my feed this morning when I was not only streaming the pipeline protest and petition presentation to the governor's office, and I went and streamed the legislative hearing about the EPC DNR clean water rule. And people spoke saying that it should be strengthened, that there are ways to strengthen it even within the restrictions of Iowa law, which states that you cannot make the clean water rules for Iowa stronger than the federal EPA rules. But there are ways to implement the Clean Water Act and still maintain the bounds of Iowa law. And so I was in on that. And the people who testified made those people squirm, and I was happy to document that.
Glad you're up front.
Hello! I'm going to go ahead and get up and wander around.
Sorry, I'm serious.
I almost want to pet that dog.
Yeah, he looks pretty nice. He's soft.
Yeah.
He won't bite.
Nope. That cheese is good.
I like that unit. You got
Oh,
your
this
handheld-
monopod?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like your monopod for your...
Yeah, and it's flexible, so
Live streaming. You got a card? I do. When you get a chance. Sure. I'll give you mine.
this is a close-up of the buffet with the wine and the cheese on it. This looks good. This looks like roast beef.
It does. It certainly does.
Oh, I'm going to nip one.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
It's fun to have those kind of stories in your upbringing and then try to
Yep. These nostrils will be my supper. Pretty good.
You don't miss anything.
Nope. Except if it's beyond the reach of where I can go.
You've got a pretty good reach.
Yeah, but the city bus only takes me so far. And then I have to bum a ride.
Did you get here by city bus?
Yeah, and then I walked from the bus stop.
I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Well, I'm going on out to the Unitarian Church tonight.
Yep.
That way. And do you need a ride out there?
Yeah, I need to go there early. I need to be there by 6:30 because I'm part of the setup.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm part of the group that put this whole thing together.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it starts at 7 out there.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to ride, let me know.
There's plates here.
Maybe I can get by without a plate.
Or a small one.
Yeah, small. These are throwaways.
Yeah.
These are throwaways too.
Yeah, there's just still the silver color.
Okay. All right.
Yes. How's she doing? Well, she's in a nursing home. What do you want to say?
Well, because I didn't know you had a.
This is just some more of the decor in this room.
So I grabbed mine.
Nice tapestry of horses. Before vehicles came into existence, horses pulled the fire wagons. And as Chet stated, there was horses here.
Well, and she might not remember. I think Walter's kind of taking charge because I don't know that she. Nobody in the family. There doesn't seem to be any family members around. She has children. All her children are in this country.
Yeah, belong to Will.
I don't know. So anyway, this is salmon, or this is
No,
chicken
tuna,
and cranberry, and this is tuna.
and that one's salmon.
Oh my
So
God.
2 sandwiches are kind of fishy.
They look pretty elegant.
I think I'm gonna.
Feel free to take a big plate. We should have had.
Yes, here. I got an extra one because I didn't. You want one?
Oh no, I'm just gonna get a sandwich.
Well, you did here because I didn't know Lucy had one already.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a sandwich. That's all.
Okay.
I think that'd qualify.
Okay.
Oh, that is good. That's.
Yeah.
I nipped one of those out there.
Oh, she cheated.
Yeah.
So you're getting. Does anybody know what this
That's
is?
hummus. That's hummus.
Yeah. Hummus.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, right. You like hummus, don't you?
Yep.
We have to get a plate now.
Yeah, that might be later.
Documentary.
Hey, Kaylin.
Hello.
Erica, yeah, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. We've been on emails together.
Who is this?
Oh, it's Kaylin. I just went and got a sandwich.
Okay. Sherry went to get me some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like the leaves are still, like they're still on the trees for the most part.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them on the ground,
I know.
from some of the trees.
Who is it? I guess.
Well, good for you.
It's coming.
Yep.
I can't tell you the many, many times I've been in this building, but still I can't see. You've been in here many times too?
A few.
Yeah.
And I've been upstairs.
I've been upstairs but
Yeah.
not lately, but I can't see. So it's okay.
People have told me, well, why not give her a chance, you know? As a woman and get some new ideas and
Give who a chance.
Oh, that's a conversation behind.
Yeah, I'm curious who they meet.
No, it's someone different.
Just give somebody a chance. I'm always in favor.
well, she's everywhere.
Yep.
For sure, there's a lot of money.
The Koch brothers.
You're talking about the candidates.
Oh, I do want our Democrat to get in.
They got her
I've
started.
already voted, so I can't do anymore.
Right, exactly. Yes, thank you.
Absentee.
Yep. But you can always encourage others who have the right to vote to do so.
We give it all away. That's
And you have voted?
I can't.
You can't vote
Nope.
at all?
Nope.
Why?
I lost my right before the 2012 election.
Who is
This
this?
is Mark Cooper.
Oh, hi.
How are you? I haven't seen you for a few months now. How you been?
see.
I know you can. That's fine.
I've been fine.
Good.
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm running for the Broadlands Hospital Board of Trustees.
Oh, I've already voted.
Okay, cool.
Were you on the Democratic Party?
Actually, it's a nonpartisan race. I was on the back of the ballot.
Well, we voted there too.
Okay, good.
Go ask my husband.
Okay. Well,
Did you have any opponent?
actually, there were 6 people that were running for 2 positions. Sam McComb and Mark Cooper and Cynthia Gray and Bob O'Brien and Bob Wood.
My husband over here,
It's all good. I think we're doing well.
Okay, well, I wish you well.
How are you?
Pretty good. Unfortunately, I do not have the right to vote. I lost it.
That's a bummer.
Even though I don't have any known felonies on my record.
How did you lose it?
Then you ought to
Well,
get it back.
apparently I don't have U.S. citizenship either, and I was born in this country.
But how did you lose it?
I don't know. That's the thing that I'm curious about. Oh, to your right,
Have to
Hi,
find
Sherry.
or
out.
on your walker tray is your plate.
Okay, Sherry.
Let me tell you, Sherry. Okay. She selected, and I put it on your plate.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Well, literally, I'm gonna keep going down Day Street off of it. Pick that up and then make a left side. Oh, right down the hill. But I'll do 2 intersections like that.
I am getting more apple cider.
Who doesn't want to fire forward their house?
Right. Easy out, man.
This,
Easy out.
if these walls could talk,
Yeah.
I've been in here a couple of times. So.
Stacy's email to me. Did you get to say hello?
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. You got some to eat?
Oh yeah, I grabbed a sandwich,
Okay.
and I want to go back for that hummus. That looks so good.
Yeah, it is. I haven't tasted
Oh,
it.
that is good too. That cheese is good. I think they might have enough wine. Yeah, there's more wine than people here who will drink it. I said, well, just save it for the next party. Yep. Well, there are wine savers that you can use to pump air out of the bottle before you put the cork back in.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
My mom had one of those. I don't know if she still does. My parents like to drink wine occasionally, but not very often. But they had one of those things. Yeah. Of course, I don't drink alcohol of any kind either. Looks like
It doesn't have her phone.
we are going to get this thing going again.
Well, for a while, her husband was over at but he died.
I was just tucking my napkin in my purse. While we wait for more people to get in here, I would like to give a shout out to any channels who might be restreaming my feed tonight. I thank you for doing that. And whether it's Activist World News Now, Global Revolution, or Global Occupy News Network, or any other channels that might be streaming in, they do a good service. They need their support.
I'm going to go around you.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah, she wants to go in front of you.
I'm more concerned about your dress.
My
Kayla?
Yeah. And then there are other, so all the individual streamers could use your support too. So if you see on an individual streamer's stream page that they have a donation link, please make use of it. Please share it. If you cannot donate financially, just share their links, share their channels to get them a wider audience so that they know about the streamers. And if you're interested in streaming and you know a streamer, ask them about how to stream. It's not that difficult. I'm even thinking about teaching people how to stream here in Des Moines so that more will be doing it, because there are places that I cannot get to unless I get a ride. So I'm hoping that maybe when during the winter I can go someplace and offer just a little teaching on streaming, how to do it. That's the kinds of phones or tablets that are good for streaming. If it's a smartphone or a tablet that can access the internet, and if you have a good size data plan, or you can access a lot of Wi-Fi, then you can stream. You can broadcast anything from your concert that your friends are in, or a wedding, or an anniversary, or anything like that, or a protest, or a reception like this. And there are more people coming in.
Are you looking good? Because of the Economic Institute, or what? What? Had something to do with the Economic Institute? Did you
Yep. Yeah, we got the mayor, so we are pleased with that. Yep. Mayor Frank County, who is the mayor of Des Moines, and Roger Stowe, top dog of the waterworks, is here.
Mayor. What is County's first name?
Frank.
Frank.
Yep. Sorry about that, me and my big feet. Did you say
Jan.
Well, hello to the bear. And everyone else who's watching. And if you notice anything about my stream tonight, if I'm looping on myself or sounding like I'm coming out of a blender, please give me a yell in the chat. Then what I would do is stop it and then restart it, and hopefully that should clear it. But I hope I don't run into that. As I did this morning, I'm using my tablet as a Wi-Fi hotspot to try to boost the signal that my tablet pulls. Yep, you're good.
Well, hello everybody. If I could get your attention for just a few minutes, I would really appreciate it. But please don't stop going and getting some food. We've got plenty here for everybody. And we've got every kind of beverage, adult and other. So please help yourself. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Jan Quarterman, and I just want to tell you what a privilege it is for the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom to host this reception for the 2014 Food Sovereignty Prize winners. And we're doing that along with Citizens for Community Improvement of Iowa and Occupy the Food Prize. And so we're just so very proud to be a part of that. I've got a couple people that we're just so tickled to death are here with us today. Mayor Frank County is here with us. Mayor, would you? So happy that you joined us. And you know, it's almost election day. I know Mark Cooper is here. Mark is running for the Broadlawn Board of Trustees, so please consider him on November 4th. And David Harari, where's David? It's also running, it's also on the ballot for November 4th, so please consider David also.
And he's a WILF member.
And he's a WILF member, absolutely. Absolutely.
Men can be part of WILF as well as women, so it's a little FYI.
Like I said, it's just really a privilege to be here. I know Dennis is here.
His wife gets first place today.
But it's also, let me tell you, it's such a very high honor to have Dennis and Elizabeth Kucinich with us today. If they could please give everybody a high five. Eight-term Congressman Dennis Kucinich is internationally renowned for his promotion of peace and his work on behalf of the food movement. Mrs. Elizabeth Kucinich is the Director of Policy at the Center for Food Safety, CFS. She's also the producer of the film GMOOMG. So I guess that lets you know where she stands on things. Her film has been winning critical acclaims, and we're so happy that she's here with us. She's also a board director and policy committee member of the chair of the Rodell Institute, which is America's oldest organic research institute. So we're very proud to have her here today. And we're just also tickled because she is going to accept our Strong Feisty Women Award for 2014. We're so excited about that. And here to introduce Elizabeth and talk a little bit about our award and everything else is our very own Mary Hansen Harrison. And Mary, just about 6 months ago, was elected as the president of WILF National, so our national WILF. So I'm very happy to turn it over to Mary.
It's a great evening to be in Des Moines, right, everybody? This is Iowa, the progressive state, isn't it? Yes. And we're in that state right now, right? I would like to add that we're almost 100 years old. Now we don't look it, do we? We will celebrate, that is we, WILF, will celebrate our 100th anniversary in 2015. Our first president was Jane Addams. Anybody know Jane?
Not
She's
personally.
the first American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Her friend and fellow Wilford Emma Green Balch won it also. Addams in 1931 and Emma Green Balch in 1939. There's more to Jane Addams, though, than just Will. She began a settlement house in the turn of the century in Chicago, the first refuge for immigrants. The influx of all cultures coming to Chicago benefited from her generous spirit. It wasn't a spirit of charity. It was a spirit that says we are a community and we welcome you. And this is what today we're celebrating, a strong, feisty woman.
Yeah.
Because she gets it. She understands what Jane Addams and Emma Green Balch were trying to do for this world. Not in big splashes, but in corners, in niches. She was the founder, one of the founders, this Jane Addams, of NAACP. It was 116 years ago that she gave a talk about democracy and social action, and guess where, Mr. Woods? Grinnell, Iowa. In this tradition of activism, caring, we're celebrating Elizabeth as an individual, a woman who gets up every morning and thinks and decides and works for other people. She is the woman that we can turn to with pride. And we need all the women to stand up and shout and celebrate and work, because if we don't do it, who's going to do it? Right? We'll do it. Now, Elizabeth, I'll give you a little bit of time here. Come on forward, because we're going to give you this award. And it's a little bit kind of small for me to read, so I'm going to read it here. The Women's International League of Peace and Freedom thanks you for your relentless advocacy for safer food, for a safer world. Your clear voice, your imposing intellect, and your generous spirit are changing our world. You give us hope.
Thank you so much. I'm so moved. I want to be strong and feisty, but I think also I want to cry. So. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a woman. I'm glad to do all of it. When I received the invitation to join you today and learned about this award, I'm not sure that any of you really know quite how strong and feisty I am. And there's somebody at the back of the room who truly does know my soul. Now we've been married for 9 years, who's experienced just about every level of feistiness of this girl. So, my husband, Dennis Kuselich, thank you for being here. And I just wanted to share a few words about my own background, being brought up in the United Kingdom, and learning from a very young age about the patriotic actions of my family members in World War I and World War II. Dennis and I just came back from Belgium, where we followed my great-grandfather's footsteps. He fought in the Somme and survived the Somme, where 20,000 men died in the first 20 minutes of battle, and then 5,000 people per day for the next 3 months lost their life in that single battle. 12 million people died in the First World War. So Dennis and I have made those footsteps recently to Belgium and those battlefields on this 100th anniversary of the start of the First World War. And having grown up with those stories and stories of people like my great uncle, who was a flight engineer with the Dam Busters, and other great uncles who were in the RAF, when I was a child, I wanted to be the first woman fighter pilot. That was my thing. So I would always go to Duxford Air Museum. Behind my bed, I had an F-16A. I had my first flying lesson at the age of 10. I was really adamant that I was going to go in and fight the good fight for good and kill the evil people, and that was what I was going to do. And anyway, so as I grew up, I remember when I joined high school, I was told to do a project, and I chose the project of my favorite topic, which was war, and fighting for good over evil and all of that stuff. And as soon as I started to read about war, I understood the politicization of it, the manipulation. I think I was 11 or 12 years old, and I decided that going into the military was not the direction for me, but fighting a good fight for good certainly was. And I changed direction, and when I left high school, I went to India for 6 months, and I worked in the Missionaries of Charity. I went on my own and knocked on the door of a Mother Teresa home and worked there for a few months, and I moved to a village and helped to set up an education project. Came home and did my degree in religion and theology, and then I did my master's degree in international conflict analysis. And then after that I went to East Africa, and I lived in the bush in East Africa for 1.5 years, and I worked on different community development issues. I worked in education and also developed intermediate technologies, biogas and rainwater harvesting for the communities that I lived in there. As things would have it, I'd also been engaged with a group at the House of Lords called the Forum for Stable Currencies. And I decided that as lovely as it was to deliver services to people directly, that it was very important that I should actually try to find a way to address things more systemically and see where the policies were coming that were actually causing for people on the ground to everywhere suffer in certain ways. And a wonderful thing happened. I met Dennis in Washington, and right now, very condensing that story, Dennis and I are on a tour now. We launched in Iowa this week. We've done the first couple of speaking talks. But the theme of it is from 9/11 to 11/11, from terror to peace. So from 9/11 to armistice. And so for the next couple of months, that's what we're going to be doing, talking about the transition, about how to get from a place of fear to a place of courage, really using our hearts as opposed to our lower limbic systems and lower chakras. And so we're looking to redefine national security, truly redefine it. And as we're having this conversation around the country, we understand how everybody, because we're listening to people, understand that national security is not about militarism and waging war. It's about taking care of things at home. It's about true human security. And so that's what this strong, feisty woman is now working on with her strong, feisty husband. And I thank you so much for having me today. And I feel so honored to be in the room with you. Thank you.
What's a girl without a drink of champagne, right? You should have done this.
I'm just trying to open
Try
around the
Dennis.
bottom.
Maybe Dennis. I'll have to.
Careful.
An expert.
Politician right now. Believe it, I don't drink.
Hold the tongue. Hold the tongue. I'll let the women do it.
Tell her where we were.
The other place that we went to last week is a very tight one, oh my goodness, is we went to Champagne. So we went to the Champagne region.
Well, to you and your good works. We can fantasize it.
We never have to fantasize about Champagne.
No. Well, y'all, here we go to democracy, working the work and doing the work. Okay. Standing ovation, I think, ladies. All right.
so much.
Thank you.
Be here. We met you here about a year ago.
A couple of years maybe, I did, yes, I think we were.
I thought this would be a good chance for me to tell you what else is going on for the rest of the week. First of all, tonight at 7 o'clock, Dennis and Elizabeth will lead a discussion. It's called Beyond
Thanks for accepting our
GMOs, Feeding
invitation.
the World and Reversing Climate Change with Regenerative Organic Agriculture. And again, that's both Elizabeth and Dennis tonight at 7 o'clock at the First Unitarian Church. And there will be a reception following their discussion. Tomorrow evening is the award ceremony for the Food Sovereignty Prize, and I'm so happy they're here with us. So I'm going to just back up for a minute and introduce the prize winners. I think they're there. First of all, the Union of Agriculture Work Committees of Palestine. And could the representatives from that group please give us a wave? Great. Thank you so much for being here. They're based in Gaza and the West Bank, and UAWC, Union of Agricultural Work Committees. They build farmers cooperatives, they have seed banks, and they support women's leadership just right up our alley here. They're always seeking their members' human rights to food, land, and water. Also here are the Co-Sovereignty Prize Food Prize winners, Community to Community Development of Bellingham, Washington. And would they please give us a wave? The representatives from C2C.
They are back here with the Palestinian group.
They've worked with immigrant farm workers to develop farm worker-owned cooperatives. They've organized a successful nutrition education project called Cocina Sanas, and they're promoters of domestic fair trade. Most recently, C2C has supported an emergency farm worker union, Familias Unidas por la Justicia. And they've organized a national boycott of Sakuma Farms. This is a farm that's really been abusive of their workers. Their employer, as farm workers, they've withheld their pay. They've provided poor housing, and they've since retaliated against the workers. Boo. Yeah, boo. These two groups, and you're going to hear from them just a little later because we want to get everybody moving around some more and eating some more of that good food and drinking some more of those adult beverages, and introducing yourselves to all of our guests. I know that Elizabeth and Dennis are going to have to leave pretty soon, but they're going to be here for a little while, I hope. Yes, of course. So we'll be able to talk to them. And, Mary mentioned Jane Addams, and she mentioned that she was a co-founder of NAACP. And Cam Middlebrooks is here. Where's Cam? He's here just 1 second ago. Cam.
Oh, Cam, you're being called.
He probably had to go.
There he is. So I really want to introduce Cam Middlebrooks. He's the regional director for the NAACP. And we really appreciate it.
Yep, come on, you're on the spot now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Jan, or I don't know if I should say thank you. I wasn't expecting this, but I appreciate the invitation. I'm glad to see this organization doing great work. I'm glad to know that we share a founder, which is great. This is an important cause, and I'm glad everybody has had the opportunity to show up and show out and support this great cause the constituents are doing in the World Food Prize. Thank you.
Well, as I said, if we please just spend some time chowing down, talking to each other, and introducing yourselves to each other. We want you to certainly hear more about WILF, so we've got a lot of our members here. They've usually got WILF under their name, so if you'd like to hear more about our organization, and I hope you do, please talk with any one of them. And in probably 10-15 minutes, we'll then hear from the Sovereignty Prize winners. Thank you.
Could we let them go up first now to eat because they're very. Could we let them go up first now to eat?
Yeah.
But I could get a glass of wine,
I also heard that our favorite, very, very favorite columnist of all time is here. And where is she? Is Rika here?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Dennis, the Senate. How you doing?
Yeah, Kaylin.
Nice to see you.
She was also a strong fighter.
Thanks for coming.
Is there a way that when you finally get done with that, my camera ran out of space when I wanted to film Elizabeth, and is there any way that I could get a copy of what you filmed?
Yeah, it's going up to my Ustream channel.
Oh, it is good. We'll
Yeah.
And where do we find that?
Ustream.tv.
Okay, Ustream.tv.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll write that down. Ustream.
Ustream. It's USTREAM. USTREAM.tv.
.com or
No, .tv.
Yes.
Slash.
Yeah.
Channel.
Yes.
Slash.
Yes.
Occupier Kaylin.
I like that. And it's K-A-Y.
L-Y-N-N. Just like I did on that. K-A-Y-L-Y-N-N.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Kaylin.
Yeah. It's Kaylin.
She was discovered in
Yeah.
and we've known each other since.
Dennis, are you going right from here to your speech
Yep.
or going someplace else? I think we're going right to the speech.
Remember me?
I was just giving some of the website where my stream is going.
I see that. Wow. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Great to be here.
I told Elizabeth I've been named a feisty woman too.
Well,
I'm just grabbing my cup. I'm going to go get me a little more.
So thankful that you're talking about war and ending
I'm going to go behind you.
So thank you very much for your work.
I'm just going to get some more of the kid-friendly stuff.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
And it's to my credit, all the work I've been doing the editing. We've got to get it down to things like they did. The references with
Hello. Sorry, I just had to get some of the kid-friendly stuff. Meaning the apple cider. I don't drink alcohol, so I go for the
cider's delicious.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, a lot of this stuff came from Gateway Market.
Oh, great.
This is a elbows to live in.
Yep.
Shall we rub elbows?
Behind you.
The better living we have partially. But unfortunately, the oligarchy. So
Another mic man is just grabbing conversations around the room. That's one thing about live streaming with a phone. You got one device, maybe two if you're using a hotspot, and that's it. Free hand to hold my apple cider.
I tried twice. Hence the Hanson Harris. I'm the third. That will work. Eight-course meal, right?
Sorry about that. Me and my big feet.
Whoops. That little son's a little too flimsy.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, David is like one of these protests coming up. This is coming up on Thursday at the Marriott Hotel. We're protesting the World Food Prize for corporate agriculture. Love to have you. Alrighty, great. Kayla, do you know about our protest?
When?
It hasn't been advertised by Occupy, but we're having one an hour earlier.
Okay.
At 6 o'clock.
Oh, you know I'm going to be on that.
Oh, right. But we've done this. We've done this protest every year for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So we'd love to have you. We're going to be at the Marriott at 5 when the buses drive the people to the Capitol.
Oh,
they leave at 5:15. The buses. So we're going to actually be there when they board the buses.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
Like, we've got them right there. So that's why we've chosen. I'm not sure they'll really see Occupy protesting because you're at the People's Park. I'm not sure they'll see you.
But that one won't start till later.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah. So you're welcome to come join us before you go down there because you'll probably do that, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll be happy to and bring it to the world.
Yeah, there's 60 countries that will be boarding the bus, so yeah.
Yep. This has turned out pretty darn good. Yes. Yeah. And
I did, and we will send it correctly. I'm sorry. What happened was instead of copying what you had sent me, I copied what was in Frank's, and that didn't include that.
We never include this.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Thank you for resending it. That'd be great. It's good to include everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, it got done somehow, so.
So yeah, we have an email going out tomorrow to report back from some stuff today.
Appreciate that.
And it'll be in the...
And I was at that hearing. I stayed after the pipeline petition presentation. I stayed and went to that legislative hearing.
Right. Very good.
But I was running low on juice after Jess testified, so I didn't stick around for the rest because I just wanted to go home and charge.
Right. It's gonna be a long night too.
Yeah. So well, I'm prepared for that. So I got my power pack.
All right.
But I'm gonna break before when I leave here. I'll cut this off before I go over to the church. Hello. Thanks for coming. This is a good turnout. Having those flags over there is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You might be able to go behind him if you want to go over there.
Did you get any food?
Oh yeah, I've been nipping. But as far as the drink goes, I'm going for the kid-friendly stuff.
They have cider.
Yeah, that's the kid-friendly stuff.
Right, that's what I got. That's what I got.
Sorry. And it's really good cider.
It is. Yeah.
Were you working your way through, or were you going to come visit?
Oh yeah.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. I'm Kaylin Strain.
I recognize you from many things, going way back to Occupy.
Yep. I maintained the first aid tent, and then I got into streaming.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing now. And now I have a little stick.
Very good.
That's very versatile. I can do several things with it. This isn't as long as it can go. I can extend it longer, and I can turn this, like that.
I bet that helps.
Oh yeah.
Good.
And it actually makes it more stable. because I'm not having to hold my phone like this, you know, and so it's more comfortable to hold it this way. So I'm very happy that the Palestinian group was able to make it.
I am too.
I was so concerned that they would not
They would not be allowed out.
Yeah.
I was too.
In fact, I have a little gift for them. Yeah, just a little personal. Oops, sorry about that. Are you sure that thing's big enough?
I'll be right back.
I've been up there. Today? No, not today. I've been up there before.
Yeah.
I was last here for a fundraiser for the Great March for Climate Action.
Yes, you were. Are you talking about the one at Mid Fallon?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they are in Pennsylvania now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not in touch with them.
Yeah.
I was here for the day they got the marching.
Yeah. But yeah, they're in. I see his post on Facebook. So they're in Pennsylvania.
And how's it going?
Oh, pretty good.
We got more people in the march.
They got a few, but they've had to go through. Some had to buy shoes because they've worn their shoes out.
Oh.
Yeah, when you're walking every day, like 20 some miles or however many miles they walk in a day.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so they've had to get shoes, but so far, they haven't had too many mishaps.
No, it's been very well planned.
Yeah. And and their website, they have a way for people to donate on their website to keep them funded so they can buy gas and food and whatever they need.
So that seems to be working.
Yeah, that's going on good. Hello, I'm Kaylin. I'm one of the Occupy World Food Prize and original occupier.
And I'm an original occupier.
Yep. She planted her tent in the park along with the rest of us.
Stay till after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I maintained the first aid tent there, and then I got into live streaming. And,
It's too bad that the Occupy wasn't a little bit better prepared. The mainstream people never joined. That was too bad.
And of course, there was some misinformation.
He said he's coming back. Yeah, you can just give him information.
And the mainstream media trying to, say bad things about us, and even Grassley said that we are a bunch of hippies out looking for dates. I made a spoof video and put it up on YouTube about looking for dates. And I said, "You're right, Senator Grassley. This occupier did find a date, and then I showed me eating the date."
Riley never knows where any of us find him. We just know his face. Everybody knows you.
in your seat.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just picking up conversations. Oh, you're back to you, you old pirate.
That'll be something
It's Dee Sheng, who is in Canada, Occupy Toronto, but he is at the Pulpit Lodge right now. He is training live streamers. So he just gave me a greeting in the chat. So I had to give him the pirate greeting back. I'm just picking up conversations.
Just remember,
It was just it's about 5:45. I thought you were looking at the one to know the time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kaylin.
You're welcome.
that's quite a surprise.
I had taken my medication,
That,
but I can believe.
yeah, that's okay. You know, I know how that goes. You're fasting during Ramadan.
Did you get enough to eat there? That's my problem.
Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow to give them the seeds that I have saved.
And it's crowded. So Lucy, so these girls
Behind you.
I'll be back in a minute. And the notion of unless we deal with real democracy, how we democratize democracy, we need to really do that. And it means listening to people, it means people having a voice, and it means being organized. This is these changes.
I watched your testimony right. In our Syrian NAS. Oh, that's what Lisa was like. Oh, okay, I've got to have to see her. Oh, thank you. You know, I was so nervous doing that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to introduce our guests. They're probably scattered, but I'm causing trouble like I usually do.
Nah, that's okay.
We don't want the Finnish people to leave before Finnish couple, I should say, to leave before we introduce the. Yeah. Jan, you want to
I thought before, I'm going to turn it over to Tristan in just a few minutes to introduce our winners. Before I do that, I wanted to talk just for a little bit about the Alliance. Because it's the the alliance that makes the awards, and it's a group of progressive people. There are 31 organizations in the alliance, and we have several people here that are from the alliance. And I wonder if they would just please, from where they're standing or sitting, if they would please introduce themselves. Everybody who's here from the alliance. Maybe Lisa, do you want to start?
I'm Lisa Griffith. I work with the National Family Farm Coalition from Columbia, Missouri, and we are part of the U.S. Food Sovereignty Alliance.
I'm Shannon Duncan. I'm here with Grassroots International, based out of Boston, Massachusetts, and we're also a member of the Alliance.
Ali Hassone from Palestine, Union of Agriculture Work Committees.
Yashika Weir Sakura. I'm with International Development Exchange in San Francisco.
Shahi Chappelle. I'm with the Institute for Agriculture and Trade Policy in Minneapolis, and we're also a member of the U.S. Food Sovereignty Alliance.
I'm Allison Cohen with Why Hunger, also a member of the U.S. Food Sovereignty Alliance.
Salvador Lujo, also work at Why Hunger, also a member of the USFSA based in New York City.
Have we got? Yes, thank you. And I hope did we miss anybody from the alliance? Well, thank you very much for being here. Also, I'm going to turn it over to Tristan, who's also with Why Hunger, one of the alliance members, and he's going to introduce us to the winners. So we're going to have some time to hear from them and also to speak with them. So Tristan, I'll hand it over to you.
All right, thanks, Jan. Thanks, everybody. This is a fantastic event, and I just want to say that tomorrow is the official sort of the official ceremony of the Food Sovereignty Prize to introduce and honor the winners of the 2014 Food Sovereignty Prize, the 6th annual Food Sovereignty Prize. Many people may know, or you may not know, that the Food Sovereignty Prize was created and launched in Des Moines back in 2009, when at a conference, many organizations that you heard from today, were here in Des Moines at the same time as the World Food Prize, and we knew that we needed to tell a different story of what was happening. And so this year we are pleased to honor the 6th annual Food Sovereignty Prize to community development in Bellingham, Washington. Santiago. Disculpe. And then also the Union of Agricultural Work Committees, Ali Abdelrahman.
Thank you.
And so I'd like to ask Rosalinda, Patricio, and Ali to say a few words. And if there's time and if there's interest, maybe folks can ask some questions.
Thank you. Good evening for everyone. Really, my feeling is very sensitive toward your invitation and meeting you. For me, it's the first time at the United States of America. And
oh, good. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
We have about more than maybe 12 organizations, different names, but all are looking for the same goal, for the same purposes. We are all together looking to help the poor people, especially the farmers. I'm not going to speak too much. I'm not a lecturer. And it is not a lecture. But maybe you know, my country, Palestine, is very, very small country. It is less than 2,800 miles square. Gaza is less than 200 miles square, very very small area. If you stand in Gaza, you can see the borders. To your right, Israel border, and to your left is the sea. And you can see Egypt and Israel. But this less than 200 miles square attacked by 10,000 tons of bombing. You cannot imagine the percentage of each mile square. I'm using now mile, but we use kilometers. But 10,000 by 200 is 50 ton of bombing for each mile square. Terrible. Everything was attacked. Hospitals, schools, 60,000 of houses, everything, even the garbage cars were destroyed. Now in Gaza, no garbage cars to collect the garbage. Everything, the electricity, water, less than 200 miles square living there, the highest crowded people at the world. I don't like that to be sad now, but I'm telling that Israel occupation is controlling 50% of West Bank, the Palestinian land. 50% controlled by Israeli settlements. And Israel occupation took 80% of the water of Palestinian. The remaining is 20%. So we are a union of these agriculture poor committees working in this hard situation. We try to develop every possible piece of land because the other land was confiscated and taken by Israel, and the water the same. We try to sell every drops of water. Here, water is available. But in Middle East, as you know, the main clashes now between Sudan and Egypt, between Israel and Syria, between Turkey and Syria, and everywhere is water. So the water is something very important. For us, even the drops of the rain, we try to collect. We have there what is called the water wells. Try to collect the rain into the wells that you do. And they try to collect every drops of water to use it many times. I'm not going to talk too much, but the situation we work is very hard. I feel a little bit shy to talk about what we did for Gaza to support. It was campaigns, everybody participated in helping the Gaza people, but all of our efforts and activities is very, 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 very small comparing the size of the situation in Gaza. Last subject for us, agriculture is not how much participate in the gross income country. It is not how many millions you do in agriculture. It is not how many people working in the agriculture. field. It is a style of life. In Palestine, the poverty now, the average is 25%, and the unemployment. But if you have farm, small one, even small one, you can plant one fig tea, 2 trees of grapes, your vegetable, your olives, you will survive. You will not feel hunger because you have your own food. No one can take it from you. So for us, farming in Palestine is a style of life, is security, is surviving and continuous, and like water. It is not how much the value, the market value of the water, it is how water is important. Water is very, very cheap as market price, but for us as a human, without water we cannot live. So agriculture in Palestine, even a small portion with the national income, but for us, because we feel that if you have this sector, you have your food, you can survive. Thank you for you. I think last word, the only solution, it is not natural problems we have. It is not earthquake, it is not, it is political. It is occupation. The only solution for Palestinians is end the occupation, not decoration of the situation, not trying to develop the only solution is occupation. We are, as a Palestinian, we accept to receive 20% of historical Palestine, to have our 20% to give Israel 80%. While United Nations decision in 1947 was 50-50. We accept 20. But even after 20 years of negotiation, the situation became worse. Just maybe you don't, they don't know. West Bank is divided into 3 areas. A, B, C. A, the main cities usually, under the authority of Palestinian Authority, security and services, education and schools. B area is under the security of Israel and the services of Palestinian Authority. The C areas, which is 60% of West Bank, is under Israel security and services. In Jerusalem we have East Jerusalem and West Jerusalem, Palestinian Jerusalem and Israel Jerusalem. In Hebron we have what's called H1 and H2. Myself, I'm living in Jerusalem, the west part, legally Israeli. I am Israeli, but I'm working with at Palestinian. I am Palestinian working with. I think I show my passport to Jan Mir, I think, or yes. I have very strange document. It's called travel document. When I show it to any counter at the border, they don't know it. What's this? Why you don't have a passport? Travel document. So, Palestinians have Palestinian passport. Israelis have, Palestinian Israelis also have Israeli passports. Jerusalem people, east part of Jerusalem, like me, have something called travel document. And the strange thing, is it too much, but that it's written here, State of Israel. Issued this travel document, State of Israel. Inside, written, nationality is Jordanian.
Whoops.
In Paris, in New York, everywhere you go, what's that? Where's your passport? This is my travel document. Are you Jordanian or Israelis?
Like mega my mind.
I am a Jordanian with Israel travel document. How? 1948, 1967. Oh, you are Palestinian. Yes, I am Palestinian. And Israel giving you travel document that you are Jordanian. Please wait. It's first time that I'm checking daily hundreds of people. But first time at his experience of life, meet these documents. I really thank you very much for inviting us, for meeting us. And Adam, maybe you like to ask any question later. I'm ready. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Patricio Santiago and I'm a member of Familias Unidas.
United Families.
And it's a farmer worker union.
Hi, so I'm Rosalinda Guillen. I'm the Executive Director of Community to Community Development. And I just want to let you know, I want to thank you very much for listening to us tonight, for inviting us to this reception, and hopefully for joining us tomorrow night when we receive officially the Food Sovereignty Prize, which is such a much better title than the World Food Prize, right?
Yes. Yep.
I want to thank the U.S. Food Sovereignty Prize for honoring us in this way, because the World Food Sovereignty Prize is the people's prize. And in our organization, we're very honored. And we've been doing food sovereignty work for 10 years now. And to receive this honor is really important for all of us in our team that are working in Whatcom and Skagit counties and then across the country and with our global partners, because we see this prize as something that is given to us as a recognition from our peers, from our colleagues, which is way better than anything else that we could possibly imagine, because we see the food sovereignty as a movement of people working together to improve the world, to remember the times that were better, to try to fix the things that we knew were wrong in the past, and to move on together to something better. And I can't think of a better place to be speaking to you about this. I don't know any of you, other than I do, because you're part of the family of the food sovereignty movement, right? Sitting here in this firehouse, and I was looking around at this building, and clearly there's so many memories here and so much power put into this building by the workers that pulled it together with the bricks and all of this ironwork, and it's a firehouse, right, that the community built to keep the community safe, and everybody worked together in those days. And that is what the America that immigrants like myself and my father brought us here for. In the early 50s and early 40s. So my family hails from Texas, and I grew up in the Northwest. So the person speaking to you right now in this day and age is a 60-year-old farm worker from the Northwest, from Washington State, who worked in the fields when I was a little girl, starting at the age of 10, who grew up and went to your schools in rural America, in rural Washington State, learned about the Constitution and loved the Declaration of Independence, and stood with my friends, both Native Americans in the Swinomish Channel, and also the Dutch and the Irish and the Danes that were going to school with me in La Conner. And we were all really rural people growing up together. But I saw, within my family and myself as a farm worker, that we were different. And we had different stuff. And we were not allowed in all the spaces that everybody else was allowed in. That our opportunities were different, right? And even in reading the Declaration of Independence and your wonderful Constitution, I felt that we were somehow not part of it. And it's taken me a long time to understand that if we want to be part of it, then we have to work with those like-minded in this country to make that reality the truth. So what I bring to you today is the good news, that the work does go on, that there is hope in spite of the horrific World Food Prize and the horrific rationalization of horrible things that are being done to our food system, to your land. I know many of you grew up farming here and in many other parts. And as farm workers, we see family farmers being hurt by corporate agriculture, by the corporate food regime, as the Food First organization calls it. And we have to fight together to change that and put it back to we know it belongs. And I stand here proudly with Patricio Santiago, who's 20 years old, comes from the state of Oaxaca, speaks 3 languages. He's trilingual, with an incredible skill in the agricultural industry. He's been working as a professional farm worker since he was 12 years old. Pretty similar to my life. And so we have a mission cut out for all of us together. And I think organizations and groups like the U.S. Food Sovereignty Alliance and our Palestinian friends and others that come to you here today come with that good news. That what we have to do is work together, and we have to be more courageous. That we can no longer forgive. We can no longer just stand by and say, well, we'll fix that tomorrow. Or if we change this regulation, it'll get better. Or if we approve that law but compromise a little bit, we'll come back and fix it later. Because we know they never come back and fix it later.
That's right.
And we as farm workers are the ones that are suffering the brunt of that. So thank you so much for giving us the incredible hospitality that you did tonight with filling our plates with food and, listening to us. It's wonderful to be in Iowa. I've never been here before, but I know the history of Iowa, and it's important, right?
Yes.
Just don't forget that farm workers are also part of your history in the agriculture here. And we are in the middle of a very strong campaign for a union contract supporting Familias Unidas por la Justicia. And I cannot end this without saying that you must not eat Driscoll berries. We're boycotting Driscoll because they are supporting Sakuma Berry Farms in opposing the signing of a union contract with Familias Unidas por la Justicia. And that kind of economic power is what's going to get the management of Sakuma Berry Farms to the negotiation table. So don't eat any Driscoll berries until Patricio says you can.
If anybody has any questions, I think our guests have been willing to answer them, so
Oh, did you want me to take it?
we can get
You
some
have to be
questions.
by 6:30. Oh, yeah, sure, that's 6.
I have a comment. It's not enough not to just don't eat Driscoll berries, but tell your grocer why you're not eating them. Be sure if enough people tell that grocery chain why they're not buying Driscoll berries, it'll make it happen.
We'll have flyers tomorrow to do that. Thank you.
Jan. Did you get that? Did you get it?
Thank you. On the Palestinian situation, the United States plays a very prominent role in that, as we all know. And I was very discouraged when our president and vice president last week issued a statement saying that we are totally behind Israel, that there's nothing we'll ever do that would hamper them. I wrote back to our president and our vice president saying how discouraged and embarrassed I was to see them take that stand. But what is happening? What do you see so far as the United States is concerned? What can we do? What should we be doing?
Thank you. Actually, this is a very important question, because myself, I consider the United States is the largest potential ability.
I'm getting the sun is
not only military,
bright,
not only financially. United States is the most potential country.
Yeah, he drew the shades.
Nowadays,
that will cut down the glare.
What I hope that this power used for good things. How to do it? This is the question. Myself, I differentiate between government and people, because government is following the interest, and I'm sorry to tell, they are not follow the interest of the United States people. They follow their own narrow interest. The government. So
it's called money.
We have yes, it is money. I tell you something, for instance. In Israel, they distribute the gas mask against chemicals. It costs hundreds of millions of dollars. They know exactly no source for chemical attacks. So why they are every 1 year ask people and distribute these chemical masks? It is business. Ask who owned the factory that produced the chemical mask. One, around the decision makers. So it is not security purposes. They know exactly no danger of chemical wars now. No one have these chemical wars. But every 1 year they give you distribute masks, $100 million of dollars. So we have to differentiate between government, and not everybody at the government, and people. And the awareness is supposed to be, I'm sorry I don't have the time, but I think you know that the most danger source now, because we finished from Bin Laden, now ISIS. ISIS in Arabic called Daesh, Islamic State of Iraq and Sham.
Yes.
The question, as Kissinger wrote at her book, who support ISIS at the start? Who make it? Yes. They want ISIS to be against Iran and Shia. But then after that, they cannot control it. Like Hamas, who did Hamas? It's very clear, Israel. Israel support, not a decision, we want Hamas, but they support Hamas, Israel. Then, after 10 years, they cannot control Hamas, they are against Hamas. It is...
That shows you how whacked it is.
The politics are not so clean. It is only interest. But what can you do as people? A lot of things to do, I think. Iowa, as I know, you decide who is the president. Yeah. Right?
Oh, we started off anyway.
So, you have this strength to affect becoming president. At least to be fair. I'm not asking him to support anybody, at least to be the coming president to be fair. And also, nowadays, the community is not only government. The community is government and civil society, the charter society, the NGOs, and also the business sector. So no one can force a charter society or NGOs to think as the president wish. You are free as NGOs or as a business. You are free to do whatever you like. So we, as an organization, we have now coalition, alliance together for the same work. Even a lot of the groups are American. No one can tell them, don't do coalition with Palestinian or with Mexican or with Egyptian. You are free to do that. Maybe this is not the solution, the end solution, because as I mentioned, what I'm dreaming that this very strong potential for American, for United States to be for the good of the world and not for the benefit of very limited person. Now, I'm talking about, for instance, Gaza. Israel trying to do that. The war, it is war. Actually, it is not war. The war is between armies. Gaza is not, they don't have army. And they said between Israel and Hamas, which is not true. Hamas, I don't support Hamas, I'm very clear, is hidden under the tunnels. No one was affected from Hamas, and all the people who suffer are normal people, children and women and old men, while the fighters of Hamas underground, they prepared it before. They said that Hamas have rockets. What is rockets? It is fireware. Really, it is fireware. They attack about 4,000 what's called fireware. Maybe 2 Israelis were killed, while 2,000 people of Palestine were killed. So it is not equal. It is not army. It is not against Hamas, the war. The war against normal people, the innocent people, not Hamas. We don't hear any of
shutting down my screen.
Hamas leaders were killed
Pretty soon because I need to go to the church to get ready for the Kucinich main event that starts at 7 o'clock, and then I will be live
one
again.
thing important, even I am economist, but I don't believe only with the total of, Israel lost $4 million and Palestinian lost, I don't know how many millions. Israel lost their ethics, their values. I'm sorry I talk too much, but 8 years ago, once was one leader of Hamas attacked by Israel Air Force, killed with him 30 people, innocent people. In Israel, they start to discuss these things. Is it logic? It is fair to kill 30 people while you are looking for one man? Some said yes, some said yes, but at least we're debate. In Gaza, this time, no one asked, is it fair or not? They killed the child of a leader of Hamas. His name, the same name for that, I remember it. His name is Ali Deir. This time, no one discussed, is it fair to kill a child, even his father Hamas or not. No one. At the opposite. The government was so proud that they can kill the leader child. The ethic and the values that Israel lost at this war is more and more and more than millions of dollars. There is a principle of human rights, said the right to express your opinion. You have the right. During this war, Israel cancelled the right of expressing your idea. You are not allowed, for Israel is not for me, to ask, where are we going? What we are doing? What's the result? They cancelled. The media was totally one copy for the security forces, not for the media people. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back at 7 o'clock.